Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Becky. I am here to do the Make It New. This is the new portion of the Make It New. I am sitting outside doing my voiceovers. The crickets aren't out yet, but you might hear a rooster crowing in the background. All right, guys, I put my Make It New up in the top right-hand corner. That's the original layout that I did. I'm going to use these photos for this one. Now, in my original one, I did use two photos, but I stacked them on top of each other and also bordered one of the other photos in the center of it. On this one, I am really getting into putting my photos at angles. So on this one, I am going to use a photo that is a little bit smaller, and I am going to put it on the angle. Now I am going to also be using the triangles in the top right hand and the top left hand corner, which I mentioned before that I don't usually do. I usually do it from the top left to the bottom right, but I am going to stick to the way I originally had the initial one. On this one, I am roughing up the edges. I am going to be using a pair of scissors, and I did use a pair of scissors on the triangle bits to rough them up. I am still keeping the layer portion, and I am going to be ripping a few papers. I do a couple layers on or around this photo for this one, so I do keep the layers and I do keep the triangular bits. I am also going to be putting my title in the same spot, only it's not going to be so non-appealing, I don't think. I like the way the title came out on this one in particular. So I chose to do a completely different topic as, you know, from the first one, which was my intention. Although this is obviously going to be a cuter layout because Adele is on it. So, you know, there you go. It's obviously going to be something I like better just because of the photos. This is also going to be a layout that I am not going to be keeping. So you see how on the original I do have the clusters over at the bottom left hand side of the photo. I am going to kind of do that, but I'm going to build it up. The main piece of this cluster is going to be that second photo. Here I'm going to go ahead and mat it on some French vanilla. You can see that French vanilla piece right there has some smudges and stuff on it. It was the original one. I cut away and had to pull those triangles up and put them on a new piece because I had stuff on my desk that totally messed it up. Sorry about that. I forgot to mute my phone. Anyways, I did have to go and use a new piece of French vanilla. So this is where my title is going to be in it, or where my title is going to go. It says, "Look what I did." I am going to make it all fit within that patterned paper piece. And it just says, "Look what I did." The photos, you can see the small one is a photo of Adele's hair and some scissors on the carpet. And the top one is where she cut her own bangs. Adele has bangs now. One of the other photos shows where Brandy had straightened it out, but it just didn't work for this particular design I was going for on this one. So I left that other photo off of here. So I am going to be using some clear stickers to build up around this cluster over on the left and at the top right. In the original one, I used acetate. On this one, I am using clear stickers. I did want to keep some tag elements in here, so I will be pulling out some of those as well. You can see I pull out that spiral notebook that has all sorts of die cuts and even things I fussy cut out around in that spiral book. So I just go ahead and pull out things that I think I might want to be using. That one up the top that I just put on the photo, I think it says not, or perfectly imperfect or something like that. I can't remember what it says. It's not in front of me. As I said, I am sitting outside. So I did find two pink tags in that notebook, so I am going to use both of them, and I was really happy about that, being able to keep the tag element in here. I did love the tags back then in 2016, and I still to this day love the tags. On this page alone, I do have that one sticker tag, and then I'm going to have these two real tags. I will put some twine through both of those. I am going to have to say that I do really like this layout much better than the original layout I did. It ends up being a little more spread out. You can see in the one in the top right hand corner, it's like boxy, and then in the center boxy, except for that little wreath part that sticks out pretty much, and at the bottom it's kind of boxy. almost looks like a small square, a big square, and then a small square going along the diagonal of the page. On this one, I'm going to fix that element. That kind of really does bother me about that first one. But on here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some more of those clear stickers and put them down around the page. Now, I did have this extra piece of tag left over because I cut it from the up at the top, and I went ahead and stuck it under there just to give myself a little bit more pink. There was a tiny bit of pink in that green pattern paper that I used in the corners, but not a whole lot. I did pull them in with a tag, so if I can get pink anywhere else on the page, that is fantastic to me. I did find this Good Times speech bubbles. Speech bubbles I used to just despise speech bubbles so much, but now I can use them. They're still not my favorite. They're not gonna, be the first thing I ever choose, but I do like speech bubbles now. Here is where I pull out some more of those clear stickers. I took a bunch of the flower stickers that were on that same sticker sheet. That's a sticker sheet by Jen Hadfield. And I took the smaller stickers and I just am going to kind of spread them out within the bottom left and the top right. So it's not a small square, big square, small square, right? It just kind of will all blend in together a little bit. Now at the top, in the original one, you can see I had that big old camera with something in the center of it. On this one, I'm going to use this butterfly circle die cut, and I'm going to pop that heart up right on the center, so you're not even going to see the butterfly. I just pulled in a little bit of that neutral craft color. I am also going to be pulling out these cream colored enamel dots. They are an off-brand. I think I picked them up at Michael's, probably Recollections brand, and I'm going to scatter those around the page just to fill up some of those portions between the hearts. Now you guys are going to have to tell me which one that you like better. Do you like the new one, my new take on it, my 2019 take, or do you like the original 2016 take? Ignore the subject line because they are two completely different subjects. The original was travel. It was food on travel. And the new one is Adele. So completely different takes, but let me know which one you enjoyed better. You saw there I did take some crochet thread, tie them into bows, and put them on the tags. So I really didn't run the thread through the tags. I just tied a bow and kind of glued them on there. I do take out the Heidi Swap Color Shine and Gold and splatter that around the page because I love splatters. I don't think I had splatters on the original, but I pretty much splatter everything these days. Occasionally I'll skip one. All right, guys, I want to thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you next time. Bye, guys.